Last class, we saw how a calculator works with drop-down, right?
Yes.
So, you given it any chance? You tried it out?
No, actually, I haven't tried.
Uh, okay. Maybe
Mm.
what I'll do is next class I'll give some exercise to you. It will
Yeah.
be like combination of what we have done.
Okay.
So it will be a good exercise for you to brush up whatever you learned. And then you can send me the results. I will able to evaluate.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah. So today we'll be doing interesting stuff. I hope it will be very interesting. What we'll be doing is we'll be creating a bar chart using a plain JavaScript.
Okay.
Okay. And I hope it will be very interesting because uh, primarily I work in data visualization as well.
Mm-hmm.
We create a lot of complex charts.
Okay.
But this one is just purely using JavaScript, though we use many other libraries. The one which we are going to do now is purely JavaScript. So let's get started with that. Okay, so in the body section, let me say that simple bar chart using plain JavaScript. Here I am just creating a empty div. Okay,
Okay.
it's basically a kind of wrapper. Okay,
Yeah.
and with the ID container in it.
Okay.
Okay, so what we are going to do here is we are going to create a bar chart inside this container.
Okay.
So steps are as follows. I'll just note down steps as comments and then we'll break it up.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
uh, we should have array of elements. Okay, so
Mm.
each element will be each bar in the bar chart. Each element represent a bar inside the bar chart. Okay, and then we will have set of colors to uh, make it beautiful. Okay, and then we will use div elements to create bars,
Okay.
and then height of each bar will be corresponding to the elements in the array.
Okay.
Okay,
Mm.
and then uh, we should say uh, give mouse over details when user over the bars, which I will tell you a bit later what is that. Okay, so basically these are the steps that we need to do.
Okay.
So first let's create a array. So array is I'll say input underscore values. Okay, is equal to I'm just creating some random array of elements. Okay,
Mm.
Mm, then I'm also creating let's say colors underscore bar colors underscore bar is equal to, I'm just taking some arbitrary colors. Gray, blue, red. It should be enough. We have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 colors. We have 6 bars. That's fine. Okay. Now, what we are going to do is, first let me tell you, just go through. So this, let's append a div, okay? And let's create one bar first, and how will this? We'll see how to put it inside a for loop and create a multiple bars.
Okay.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is, first we have to select this element. Okay. We have to select this container. Inside that element, inside this container, we are going to put few. Inside that, we are going to place few more div tags.
Okay.
So I'm going to say document dot get element by id, okay, container. Okay. So here what I'm going to do is, earlier we directly used to whatever, let's say earlier we have tried changing the color, we have removed it, kind of, but here I will introduce one concept called chaining. Okay, chain concept. I will just hold on and I'll let you know in a few seconds. Okay.
Okay.
So here, instead of just using directly, I'm going to save it to a variable. Okay. Let's take a variable. I'll just say body underscore selector. Okay, or element underscore selector to make it clear. Okay. So this is a selector function. You remember, right?
Yeah.
I'm just saving it to a variable.
Okay.
Okay. Now here, what I'm going to say is element underscore selector dot, okay, in a HTML. Okay. So as of now, inner HTML means whatever the content inside that element, the text content. For example, so here it says here is what bar chart will come. Okay. Then if I say console.log element dot inner HTML, will execute here. So you see here, it prints the content over here. Okay. So inner element gives me the HTML content of a tag inside the tag.
Okay.
Any text that you write inside a tag, you can get it via inner HTML.
If
Earlier,
suppose we
yeah,
if suppose we take a paragraph tag, so
yeah,
that
let's
will
say
come.
same thing. You, let's say we have it as paragraph here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So it will apply same thing. For example, I say here that this is the para, and then I give here id is equal to explanation. Let's say x. Okay. Same thing if I do here. Document dot get element by id. My id is exe here. So we get this, and you can say in HTML. This is a tag. Okay. You remember earlier we had inputs, input tag. Okay.
Yeah.
So there we used dot value.
Yes.
Okay. Whereas this is a plain tag, and it can be anything. It can be div. It can be paragraph. You can have span element inside it. Okay, so it can be any tag, and within that, if there isn't any text, this is the way to get the text from inside the tag. Okay.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is here I've just in the console I'm just printing the content inside it. Okay. So now I'll keep it empty just to demonstrate. I'll just add some text. Okay, so I'm keeping it empty. Here what I'm going to do is create another div tag inside this div tag. Okay, let me make it as div. Okay, so here I'm going to say inner.html is equal to, okay, same. I'm we're going to use the same inner HTML. Okay, let's say plus. Just for the sake of teaching, I'm just saying hello world. Okay, so it just adds hello world to it. Okay, if you see here in the inspect element, there is div container. When if you comment out this will be an empty div container. Okay,
Yeah.
if I uncomment and start thing, we will have hello world in it. Okay, if I go further and say element dot selector, so let's say I'm having this repeating this again. Okay, here it will keep appending.
Okay.
Okay, so what primarily we are doing here is we are saying this HTML, the content of this element, okay, should be whatever content it's having already plus the new content.
Okay.
Okay, so this is called kind of chaining. Okay, we have saved it this selector and using it again and again. So you can say dot CSS, we can change that background color. Okay, so basically we will have one selector and saved it to a variable, and we will keep on using it whenever we require. Okay, so it's called chaining reaction.
Okay.
This will be more evident when we start introducing jQuery to you. Okay. As of now, just have it in mind some word for chaining reaction, which I will cover in detail when we start learning jQuery.
Okay.
Okay. So what I'm going to do now here is instead of just a plain text, okay, I'm going to create one more div element inside that. Okay. So I'm going to say div inside that, nothing inside that as of now. Okay, so nothing will be coming because there is no text. We have just added a div tag. Okay, so if you want to confirm, you can go and check it in the elements tab. So you see there is an empty div here.
Yes.
Okay, so for this empty div, I'm going to give some properties. Okay, I'm going to say class is equal to box. Okay, and I'm going to say uh, style equal to width is, let's say 100 pixel, height equal to 50 pixel. Okay, and then I'm going to say background color is equal to red. I'm putting it to red. Okay,
Yeah.
so what happens now when I run this code? It happens. So we have done some mistake here. Let me remove this background color and see what we have. So we have a empty div tag with class string
Height
with
is
the
equal.
height. Oh, so yeah, you are right.
Yeah.
I just colon. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
So, and then we have semicolon. After that, we have background color. Yes, let's say red. Okay, now we have still we are having problem. Let's see height with the color. Okay, let me put it in CSS as of now. While taking it out, so all boxes dot box. Okay, background color. Red. Let me remove it here. Okay, I got what is the problem. Okay, so let me rephrase. Okay, so we have created an empty div tag. Nothing is there inside it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so it is having a class called box. Okay, with 100 pixel, height is 50 pixel. Let me make it as 30 so that it looks like one bar, and then thing. So you can see the elements as well here in the body tag container. Inside this, nothing is there, just a background color.
Yes.
Okay, so the mistake that I've done is I should be using double quotes within that. Okay, so background color still, let's say I'm just seeing it as red here and then removing it. So still it works. Okay, so moment you put single click, it just getting confused with this and then it's getting ended here.
Okay.
There is
Yeah.
already a single quotation, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's say if I use green, I should get a green bar here.
Yeah.
Okay. So as of now, we have created one one bar. Okay. Assume this is one. This is a like rotated bar chart that will get it in the end. Okay. So we as of now we have created a div tag with a color inside it. We are given height and width.
Okay.
Okay. Now what we are going to do is okay. So we have to automate it to create multiple bars. Okay. So we are going to repeat this. Okay. So let's say I'm having this and writing it once again, meaning repeating once again with the color red. So you will get same thing with the grid. So let me reduce the height, let's say to 3 pixel. You will get something like this. I'm going to repeat this with height with 150, color as yellow. Okay. So now can you get a sense of how we are creating a bar chart?
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's go on automate. So this is not something good. We cannot repeat every time. Okay.
Yeah.
So repeat stuff. What we'll be doing is you should use for loops.
Okay.
So what we are going to do is before that I'm just creating a border for it. Okay, let me create it on the fly. So I'm going to say for I equal to 0. Okay, I less than. Okay, I hope you remember the syntax, right? For I
Yeah.
for loop. Okay, I'm going to say input underscore values dot length. I'm going to create number of bars that are equal to the number of bars that are equal to number of elements in this input array. Okay,
Mm.
let me know anytime if you're not able to follow it up. I will repeat.
Okay.
And let me create. So you see only one bar here. Okay, basically, but actually multiple bars. Okay, when you look at it, So this is one bar, this is another bar, this is another bar, this is another bar. Okay, just
Okay.
that since it's on same color, you are not able to differentiate it. So what I'm going to do is, anyway, we have a box for we have a class called box for
Mm.
that development. So here we have a class called box.
Yeah.
What I'm going to say here is just for visual purpose, I'm going to say border, okay, 2 pixel solid solid gray. So now we are able to see that instead of gray, I'll say make it look better. And so let me make it look. So now we are able to see different bars.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the like looking it. Uh, okay. So now our objective is two things. One, the width should be dynamic, meaning it should vary according to the number.
Mm.
Okay, and then color should vary. Two
Yeah.
things that we need to make it dynamic. Okay, so this width, whichever we have hard coded here, should be dynamic, and the background color should be dynamic.
Okay.
Okay, so let's say how. Let's start with width. Okay, then automatically changing the background color will look simple. Okay, so this as of now here it's a complete string. Okay,
Mm.
so this is a string, complete string that you're attaching. For example, here I'm going to say name is equal to Katimani Sukumar. Okay, this is one. Or other way of writing this, you can split this and say Kadirmani Sukumar, and if you want to space, either you add it here or you had it here. Okay,
Mm.
so it looks like same thing, Kadirmani Sukumar. So what it that means is you can split up your string and concatenate. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Okay,
Okay.
so for example, if you have a first underscore name is equal to Kadir space, and then second underscore name is equal to Kumar. Okay, full underscore name is equal to first
First name.
underscore name plus second underscore name, which comes, and I can say I can keep further adding text net. So it's like, so what I'm trying to say is we are concatenating strings, and
Okay.
we are also using variables to concatenate string.
Mm-hmm.
Will be doing the same stuff here. So here this is one complete string. Okay,
Okay.
I'm going to split the string up very carefully. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
so this one should be dynamic, meaning it should come from a variable.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is wherever you want to split it, right?
Mm.
Exactly there, do just what I say. So you close this string. So here we started the string. Okay,
Yeah.
here you close the string. Okay,
Okay.
and then just do a plus,
Mm.
and then again open a string. So now I've splitted the big string into two parts. This is one part.
Yeah.
And then this is another part. Ultimately, as of now, the result is same. You will get the same output. Okay.
Yes.
Now here further, I'm going to split. So right now, a single string we splitted into two parts.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm going to further split the second string.
Okay.
So carefully observe here, and in between 100 and pixel, I am splitting it up.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm.
Same result, nothing happens. Okay,
Yeah.
now I'm going to delete this. Okay,
Okay.
so instead of 100, okay, I'm going to say input underscore values of I.
Okay.
Okay, so what that it means that For the very first time, here it will be 10.
Okay.
Okay, and I comes 1, meaning for loop. So the next increment, this value will be 30.
Okay.
Then it will be 100, 200, 150, 350, like that. Okay,
Mm.
so let's see how it's look at this now.
Yeah.
Okay, so now if I go and change my input value here, it changes. The first bar width is increased. Okay, and you can go and create, meaning add one more element as well.
Mm.
Okay, so we kind of made it dynamic. Okay, this is something interesting. Okay, so you can go keep on adding any number of elements you want. So you can say 30, I will say 60, and I can say 1000, 400. You add how many ever bars, it will keep adding it.
Okay.
So let me repeat what I did. Okay, you want me to repeat?
No, I got it.
You got it right.
Yeah.
Basically, just simple operation. String, I'm splitting it into chunks of it.
Okay.
Okay,
So
so first,
basically,
yeah,
basically you are trying to get the width values from where input values.
yeah.
Mm. Mm.
Okay, so
Okay.
this is the general practice. If you want to split, you can directly split. Okay, so first write the raw string with some dummy hard-coded values.
Yeah.
Okay, and
Okay.
then slowly you increase. Even a space matters actually. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
for example here, let's say I'm have to introduce some variable here. Okay, so this space for HTML it matters. So the space between this quotation and style, right? For HTML it matters. Okay, so you have to make sure that wherever there is space required, you should give. Okay, so the
Okay.
space here, so I have some space between input values I and plus. Okay, whereas for the browser it doesn't mean anything. Okay, even if I have double space, triple space, it will ignore all these white spaces.
Okay.
Okay, so for example, let's say I introduce a space here. Okay,
Mm.
nothing happens actually, so it spoils the visual. So if you look at it, there is a space between 100 and pixel.
Yeah.
So even that small space matters. Okay, whereas I can have any number of space between the plus between the operators. Okay, that doesn't matter to the browser. It will take only one space. Okay,
Okay.
whereas within the string, even a single space matters a lot. So you have to be very very careful while splitting the strings.
Okay.
Okay, now we have changed the bars width.
Okay.
Any doubts so far?
No. Okay.
Actually, now you are like entering into the world of visualization. Now you have created a bar chart on yourself.
Mm.
Okay, so now let's go and change the color of the visuals of the bars. Okay, now
Okay.
here we have hard coded to be green, and I want the colors to come from colors underscore bar.
Yeah.
Okay, so the same step I'm going to follow. First, carefully split up. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
what I'm going to do is introduce one single quotation, another single quotation, put a plus. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
check whether everything is working fine. Okay, so everything is working fine. Then this green, okay, and then there is a quotation here. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm going to split this further now,
Yeah.
and I'm going to make this. Okay, and checking whether it's working fine. Yeah, it's working fine. Now we have this green, which can you tell me what should I write here?
Uh, colors bar. Colors
Colors
bar.
underscore.
Bar.
Okay,
Integer
okay,
I.
okay, cool. You are able
Okay.
to follow it.
Yeah.
Okay,
For loop. Yeah.
let's take, yeah, cool. Okay, now we have a rotated bar chart with us.
Yeah.
Let's go add some more details on top of it. Okay, I want a text here. Okay, so it's text here, which is as of now hard coded. Okay, I want the numbers to be displayed here. Okay, so
Okay.
same stuff I'm going to split. So this is now one string. Okay, so I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to split this further. First split this and add a plus symbol. Nothing happens, and then going to create one plus and just say text here. So empty hard-coded text here. So instead of that, I'm going to say a input underscore values of I.
Mm-hmm.
So the numbers get displayed there.
Yeah.
So we have 100, 30, 200, 150, 350 like that. Okay. So we are. Let's go even one step further. Okay. I want when I mouse over on this bar, I want the number to be displayed. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So for that you should use attribute called title. Okay. So this should be within the div tag. Okay. So you say title equal to, let's say hello. Let's say I'll say this is a tooltip. This is a tooltip. So if you mouse over on it, this will come like this is a tooltip. So any bar you mouse over, this tooltip will come. Okay, it's because it's taking the attribute called title. Okay, so you look at it any bar. So look at this. So this has the title called. This is a tooltip. So here, if I change the to something, when you mouse over on it, it will have something for this, and rest of it, this will be the tooltip. So title attribute, when you mouse over on an element, any element for that sake, okay. Okay. So not, I'm going to say here. So this again, so this is again hard coded. Okay. So I'm going to split it in the same fashion now. So here I'm going to introduce two strings and concatenate this. In the end, again single quotation, concatenate this. Check whether everything is working properly. Yeah. So this text now going to change it to input underscore. Oh, sorry, it should be a variable. So input underscore values of I. So when I mouse over here, it comes as 350, 150, 200, 100, stuff like that. Okay, so you can add any text that you want further. Okay, here I can say value of the bar. Okay, so it will say value. Oh, I forgot to add this value of the bar. Value of the bar is 350. So if I want a space, I say space here. It's 350. Value of the bar here is 150, 200, 100, 30, 100, like that. Okay.
Okay.
So we have done, so if you walk you through, so we have used div elements to create bars. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and height of each bar. So this instead of height, it should be weight, and then give mouse over details. So that also we have provided it here. Okay, so end of, if you look at the elements tag, so this will be, it would have created all the div elements that we have created in the for loop. So this is all is created using JavaScript. Okay, so few things we can to make it simple. So this, as of now, since we started it in the beginning, it looks easy. So for a person to come, like so you are taking it for like 30 days or 1 month later, 2 months later, if it won't look good, you won't understand what's going on yet. Okay, so wherever it's possible, we will clean it up this code. Okay, so height we need not specify it here only. Okay, so this is something it's not going to change at all. Okay, so instead height I can go here and declare it.
Yeah.
Height is 30 pixel. You can say this is, you can try it out as a 70 pixel, so it doesn't look good. So I'm just saving it as 30. Okay. So now we are able to change the height property using CSS. Okay. So whichever is possible, we have to move it to the CSS. Okay. And to make it even cleaner, what we can do is I'll delete all this comment so that it looks clear to you. I'm going to create a function. Okay, function create underscore divs. Okay, all it will take is input value uh, bar underscore value. Okay, and also that's it. It just takes one value. That for that matter, you can say that it will take only the bar. Okay, it will take only the bar value to make it simple. Okay, what I'm going to do is take this part up. Okay, the string inside it. Okay, and then wherever we have input values high, we can replace it with bar value. Color bar I. Okay, to make it simple, then I'll make it as I. Input values of I itself. Okay. I'm just, instead of saving it there, I'm just returning it using an answer. So I'm going to call this function here, which is create underscore div of I. Okay, and then it will return, and I'm going to just declare this upfront. Will have the same effect. Okay, is that we have cleaned it little better. Okay, so for you to understand further, you will know that okay, we are having a for loop and we are creating some divs inside it. Okay, or you can even say, to make it even clear, it is like append divs. So variable name always matters. It is not mandatory. You can have even a variable name, the function name called x or temp. But when you come 2-3 months later, or if someone is looking at your code, it won't look professional, and you won't able to understand what is that. Okay, so the name should speak by itself. The function, you need not have a document string, meaning you should need not have a README here to say what is the function. If possible, the function name itself should say what that function is trying to do. Okay, so let's confirm whether everything is working fine. Yes, it's working fine. Okay. So as I said, functions we use to whenever we have a small state of statement which we want to use it across many places, or whether if you will be repeating it. So this is how we create a function, and we uh, foresee that it's going to be used in multiple across places. You just put it inside a function. Okay.
Okay.
Now So far, any doubts?
No.
Is it looking interesting?
Yeah. Yep.
At least like visually, if we see something colorful, usually people like it.
Yeah, it's colorful, but the concatenation is a bit tricky, I think so.
Yeah, but you have any doubt in that? If you want, we can take that exercise again and do it. How we do it?
Okay, okay. But
You want me to
other,
repeat the
no, 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 it's okay.
fine, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
actually, see, if at this stage, if you look at this, okay,
Mm,
it might look tricky. You like, what is this? There is several single quotation here and there. Okay,
yeah.
but when you start with a plain hard-coded text, okay, and then
Mm,
one by one, slowly introduce plus symbols and single quotation, it will be very easy to use. Okay, only at the first time. Anytime if you have any doubt, you go to element tab, okay, and see how it is concatenated.
okay.
That is one debugging step that we usually do. Attempt what will happen is you will miss out a single quotation somewhere. Okay, so the
Mm,
string won't get constructed properly. You immediately go to this tab and check whether it's everything is coming properly or not.
okay.
Okay, now let's go further. Okay, this input. Okay, as of now we are having it. We have hard coded it. Okay,
Yeah.
let's get this from user. Okay,
Mm, mm,
and then uh, and then we'll see how to create it.
okay.
Okay, so to do that, okay, what I'm going to do is, um, fine. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this is, also inside a function. Okay, I'm going to say draw underscore path chat. Okay,
Mm,
and then I'll be getting certain input values. Okay,
okay.
and then I will have I'll declare this inside this. Okay, let it be there. Okay, I will create this function, and then I'm going to put this inside this one. Okay,
Okay.
and then if you do, nothing will happen. Okay, because now it's went inside a function. Okay, we haven't
Mm,
called that function now. So it, though it is there, it's inside the function now. Someone has to explicitly call that function now. So if I say draw path chart of input underscore values, okay, here I just say it as values. No, maybe not. Now it comes up. Okay,
mhm,
so and if I move it to a function, someone has to explicitly call that function now.
mm,
Got it? So
yeah.
I will remove this as a little tree empty string. I'm not going to pass anything anyway. That is a total variable. Cool. So we have moved this also inside a function. So within a function, we are calling another function here. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm,
Any doubt so far? No, right? It's clear, right?
mm, mm,
And then we have to initiate at one place. So you initiate here the first function, and then when it goes to the second inside the first function, it initiates the second function. It calls the second function.
okay.
Okay. Now what I'm going to do is make this input underscore values to be dynamic, meaning I'm going to get this from the user now.
Mhm,
Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to say uh, once again. You remember how we get the input from user? There are multiple ways of it. Okay, either you can use use prompt. Okay, you remember prompt?
Yeah,
prompt pop-up. So that is one type of way that we can use get input from the user. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create one input tag. Okay, here type equal to text. Okay, and then I'm going to have an ID saying user underscore inputs. Okay, before to go to the browser, and then I'm going to remove this. Okay, there is one empty text box. Okay,
yeah.
there, and I'm going to say click on the submit. So I'm going to introduce a submit button as well here. Put to have a page and then I'm going to say input type equal to button ID equal to submit value equal to click here. Separate. So look at this. So we have a text box. Okay, you can type something, values in it, and when you say click here, we want the bar chart to come in the bottom up.
Okay.
So for that, okay, first of all, we should get the values whatever user has entered. Okay,
Yeah.
so here I'm going to say that 10, 20, 30. Okay, so user has to write values by comma separated.
Mm.
I'm going to say a paragraph that type give input values separated by comma without space in between. Okay,
Mm.
so user will type 1 comma 2 comma 3. We are going to get that elements of. Okay, so
Okay.
for that we have to first identify. We have to get hold of the tag, input tag. So the unique way of getting the unique name for it is user underscore inputs.
Mm.
So here I'm going to say document dot get elements by ID, and then to say user underscore input or inputs. Okay, so it gives me this, and I'm going to say value. So nothing is there as of now.
Yeah.
If I say 1 2 3, it gives me 1 2 3.
Mm.
Okay, so I'm going to repeat the same thing here in the JavaScript. I'm going to say variable input underscore values. I'm going to just use it, and then later I'm going to comment this. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
so if you want, I can say user underscore values. Okay,
Mm.
I'm going to say document dot get element by ID, and then our ID is user underscore inputs. Okay, dot value. Okay,
Yeah.
and then I'm going to say console.log user underscore value. So I'm going to say 1 comma 2 comma 3. So as of now nothing is there actually, so whenever we refresh nothing is there, so it will not do any console statement. Okay, because
Okay.
whenever it comes it's an empty string whenever the dashboard is loading up. Okay,
Mm.
so now we have to get the elements when user click here.
Yeah.
Okay, so for that we need to add on click event. You remember on click event?
Yeah. Again, we have
So
to do
yeah,
function.
yeah. So we have to create a function. So I'm going to say on click get meaning function underscore get underscore values. Okay,
Mm. Mm.
and then I'm going to create a function here saying function fn underscore get underscore values, and to say alert you have entered something. Okay.
Mm.
So if I say you have entered something, so the moment you give 1, 2, 3 and you click here, it works now. Okay.
Yeah.
So now we have to change this here and get the values here. Okay. So I'm going to copy paste this code inside the function.
Okay.
Okay. Stop me at any point if you're not able to understand. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So here I'm going to say 1, 2, 3. Click here. You will see in the bottom you are getting the whatever a user has entered.
Yeah.
So on click, it will call this function. Within this function, we are getting the whatever element, whatever value the user has entered inside the text box, and then we are doing a debug statement.
Hmm.
So now, if you have observed, okay, this is a complete string.
Yeah.
This is not an array. Okay, whereas we need an array. Okay, so for that, what you should do is you should split it. There is a command called split. Okay, split it by comma, because it is separated by comma, right, here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now if you say console.log user underscore values, and if I say 1, 2, 3, 4, now it gives me a array of elements.
Okay.
Okay, earlier it was only one string. So for example, I will just repeat this. Earlier, without split, if I type 1, 2, 3 and click, it is a single string. It's not an array. We cannot loop in. Okay, it's just a string. So in order to make it as an array, we say dot split come separated by comma. Okay, so here 1, 2, 3. So it comes as 1, 2, 3. Okay, you can define anything here you want. If you say a hyphen, okay, and if you say 1 hyphen 2 hyphen 3 here, it will split into 1, 2, 3. So basically, you define your separator and say to the user that use that separator. As of now, here it said separated by comma, so you should say separated by hyphen.
Yeah.
So usually, comma is what generally used in industries when we are getting some value from the user. And then I say click here, it's coming at 1, 2, 3, and 44. We have converted that to an element. So this is now our input elements.
Yeah.
Okay, so we need not have this. Okay, we have our own values. Okay, this I am declaring it on the top so that it's available for all the functions. Okay.
Okay.
So now we have three functions. Okay, one function which gets the value from the user when the user click on the submit button. Okay, and then another function to start creating the bar charts. And third function to append divs. Okay, so I'm going to place it in the bottom so that it's okay. So this is the first function that will be executed. After that, here I'm going to say once I got the values now, okay, I'm going to call this function draw underscore bar chart of user underscore values. Okay, and then here you remember earlier we had input underscore values as hard coded element. So we had inside this as input underscore values to be 1 comma 10 comma 20 comma 40 comma 50. Okay,
Yeah.
let's run whether to check whether there is an error. Okay, when we click here input underscore values, it's not defined. Input underscore values is not defined. Okay, we defined it in the top. So you remember earlier we had this color bars and input values in the top. Okay, and then here we used we will use that array, hard coded array. Okay, now we have to change that to what we got from user.
Okay.
Is it confusing?
No. Okay.
Not right. Just let me know any point of time if it get confused, because it's when you look at the end, it might look confusing, but since you are from the beginning, you should able to understand why I'm moving it to a different function. Okay. Okay. So now I'm going to pass. I have passed this user underscore values here. Okay. So I'm going to pass the same thing here. So you'll get, so when you pass a user underscore value here, you should have an element to receive that, right?
Yeah.
So here, see here I've called draw underscore bar chart. Okay, and I'm passing a variable here. Okay, so there should be one placeholder to receive that variables, right? So
Okay.
this is the variable called user underscore values. Okay. So now here we have to go and change this input underscore values to user underscore values. Okay. And then again we have to pass the same things to the another next function of user underscore value, where basically wherever there was user underscore input, I'm changing it to wherever there was input underscore values, I'm changing it to user underscore values. Okay, now let me have this and just say 10. I will walk you through that again. Okay, 20, 30, 40. So this is her bar chart. So you click here, it will have, it is just going to append it once again. So you can refresh it every time. You can say 100, 300, 400, without space you give, 300, 200, 500, 100, and click here, you should see the bar. Okay, is it a bit confusing? Let me know, I will repeat it.
Okay.
Can I repeat it? Where did you get stuck?
No, actually, previously, I'll tell you. Previously, it was a globally variable we used. Now we
Yeah,
are
so now
calling
this, yeah,
function
so
in
now,
function.
hmm, hmm, hmm. So we are passing that value to all the function now.
Yeah.
So first we had this variable here. Now the scope of this variable is local. It will be available only within this function. Only within this function. Okay. So in order to use the same variable in another function, okay, I should pass that variable explicitly.
Okay.
Okay, and then I'm using it here, and this I'm calling another function where it also uses the same variable. Okay, so again I'm passing it this user underscore values to the third function as well.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so you should have noticed, so 10, 20, 50, 10. I'm clicking here. Okay,
Mm,
the bar chart comes up. So we have the mouse over and all, everything same. Okay,
mm,
nothing changed up. Okay, again I'm clicking here. It creates one more bar chart. It's actually appending it. It's not
mm,
overwriting the existing bar chart. It's because here in this statement we are just directly appending with whatever is there in the existing one. So this statement actually keep appending bars to the existing HTML content.
yeah.
Whatever was there earlier within this container, it's just going to append all these divs. Okay,
Mm,
so we have to make sure that for the very first time whatever is there deleted. So
okay.
I'm going to say here as element underscore select dot inner HTML is equal to empty string.
Mm-hmm.
After that you start creating the bars is what I'm going to telling the browser. So here if you see 10, 20, 50, 50 and then we have 70. Okay, if I click here and if I click one more time also, it's not going to change and it's not going to append. Okay, it's creating the deleting the existing bar chart and then creating the new bar chart.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is how we use multiple functions. Okay, so you will be creating these functions as you move. Okay, when you start with a simple objective, you will not use the function concepts. So as you move and the more you use the input from the users, okay, the more interaction with the user, the more complex will be your web page. As long as it is static, everything will be fine. The moment you are introducing interaction or kind of playing around with the user, the complexity starts, and you have to slowly make it into chunks and chunks of functions so that it will be easy for you to understand now.
Mm.
First, let me, before doing anything, let me push it so that you also remember how I'm doing. So I will be saying git status. I'll be adding barchat.html, and I'm going to say commit message barchat using JS, using plain JS with interactivity on user. I'm going to push this. That it is available to you.
Okay.
Okay. Um, so that good. You can go further and add little more complexity, which we'll be doing it in the next class. Or if you want, we can continue. I stopping it here, meaning this part with the bar chart. I'm stopping it here, not adding any complexity. Okay,
Okay.
but maybe in next class or in the next class, we'll add further complexity saying to verify this whether the user has correctly entered or not. Okay, for
Okay.
example here, so here nothing is there, it just creates an empty bar.
Mm.
Okay, so these times we have to validate the number before getting passing it to the bar chart.
Okay.
Okay, so so those is called validation. Okay, so that we have to do moment the user click here, we have to identify whether the input is null. Okay,
Mm.
let me know if we can do that now. Okay, I'll be happy to do that, but I just wondering whether you will get confused further on.
Okay, we'll stop here. Actually, I'll
Fine.
practice it.
Yeah, yeah, that's what because I know for the very first time when you look at it, so you maybe what you can do is you will have the HTML with you. Okay,
Mm.
I will also check with Shailaja if she can pass the video immediately.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Mm.
that you again watch this whole video.
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
Mm.
I want you to try it out from the beginning. Okay,
Mm.
without any problem. Okay, and first time you go to video, check what I've done, come back. Okay,
Yeah.
I
Yes.
just want you to repeat the exact exercise first by watching the video, and
Mm.
second without watching the video.
Yeah.
That comfort, unless you get that comfort, it's very tough for us to move to the next level.
Okay.
Okay, what I will do is, what the next class, okay, you practice this. Okay,
Mm.
next class I will give you a similar kind of exercise.
Yeah. Okay.
But might be a different theme or the same theme, which I will tell you in the next class.
Okay. Sure.
So that for you to get understanding, so without this, and see now right now we have introduced the array. Okay,
Mm.
we are able to access the elements in the array.
Yeah.
Okay, we have introduced function. We have
Mm.
introduced click events. We have introduced selectors.
Yes.
We have played around with the interaction, getting input from the value. Based on that value, we are creating some charts.
Mm.
So we have covered most of what we are planning to cover in JavaScript.
Okay.
Okay, what is left from now is what are the different other ways of having interactivity. For us, as of now, we have just seen on-click event. Okay,
Mm.
There are few more click events, but the concept remains the same. In the back end, the concept remains the exactly same thing what we are trying to do here. Okay, you
Okay.
just have to know that there are few more functions that exist now. Okay, you need not, as of now, use it everything.
Okay.
You just keep in mind that you just have a list of what are the functions that are available, which I'll be passing it to you later. Okay,
Okay.
so you should have an idea at least that these exist. Okay, how
Mm.
this works, you can later verify it. I mean, later go and play around with it. But the base, this is the base concept to learn the other stuff.
Okay.
Okay, so this have to be very strong in it.
Hmm.
You
Yeah.
should be very comfortable enough to play around here, change what you like to do.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Idea for the next class, I'll be expecting what I'll be expecting from you is the whole exercise. You're doing it without watching the video or without watching the HTML from my GitHub.
Yes.
But it will take time. You have to do a lot of groundwork.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. Sure.
Sure. I hope you enjoyed this, right?
Yes.
Enjoyed as well as confused, is it?
Yes. Both of it.
No, not a problem. See, if you get confused, I'll be happy to repeat the same task next time so that you will also understand what we have done. Okay,
Okay.
absolutely not problem from no problem from my side. I'm ready to repeat the same exercise. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
The idea is you should be comfortable. Okay, you should learn and you should get something out of this course when it get ends.
Okay. Sure. I'll
Sure.
practice this. Yes.
Yeah, that is what I'm expecting from you. A bit of groundwork. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure. Sure, Vishnu. Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
Have a great
Thanks.
weekend.
You too.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.